Morning, everyone. Huh? Was that in the background? Music? Background music? I got an advice from someone to insert some background music. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. Anyhow, in today's episode we will discuss a topic which came quite recent to my attention. We will be jumping in the annals of a profession so underground today, it is stuck in the behind of history. We will do a historic enema between the chicks of forgotten professions in order to relive and blow off some of the most interesting details on one of the most interesting professions I've ever encountered. Without further ado, let's purge in this apparent subject. In today's episode of What the Heck Did People from Long Ago Did to Earn Money, we will discuss Joseph Pujol. I know, for most of you this name probably does not tell you anything, if you're not French. This magnificent and interesting man was also known as Le Pétomant, which, in the beautiful and really logical language of French, translates to the fartomaniac. If you ask me, it is an interesting term to describe a profession regardless of the context. Just imagine meeting your girlfriend's dad and she tells you he's a fartomaniac for a living. That's an instant win over there. Whatever you will say next cannot be weirder and cooler than that. Anyhow, Mr. Pujol was born on June 1st, 1857 in Marseille, France, being one of the 5 children of stonemason and sculptor François Pujol and his wife Rose. His family was of Catalan origin, so this explains the name. There was nothing special about young Joseph until, one day, soon after he left school, he had a rather strange experience while swimming in the sea. While he put his head under water and held his breath, he felt an icy cold penetrating his rear. He ran ashore in fright and was amazed to sense water pouring from his anus. And, of course, young Joseph did what every kid would do when they discovered that their bodies can do abnormal things. He transformed this into his superpower! After some time while serving in the army, he told his fellow soldiers about his special ability and repeated it for their amusement, sucking up water from a pan into his rectum and then projecting it for several yards. His ability was described by his fellow soldiers as a veritable fart fantasia, and, reportedly, he could wash your walls with a bucket and a squat. As he was doing this, he also found out that his behind could also suck air in, not just water. At this stage, I think he was trying to become the Avatar. I'm really interested now how he would have mastered fire and earth next. After serving in the army, Pujol expanded on his skills and, after becoming a baker, he would entertain his customers with his unusual anus while imitating different instruments with his farts and telling people he had an entire orchestra under his bread counter. Well, at least we know from where those puffy breads got their extra air. Hint, it was not from the east. After some time, Joseph decided to have a fart on the stage and debuted in Marseille in 1887. After some time and air spent on the local stages, while trying different flatulence and artsy-fartsy, his number caught up wind and eventually he moved his fantastic performance to Paris in 1892. His show was very diverse, but some of the highlights from his French farting fantasia involved sound effects of cannon fires and thunderstorms, blowing out candles from several yards with his buttock, as well as playing O Sole Mio and Le Marseillaise on an ocarina through a rubber tube in his anus. Sincerely, I would pay big money to see the last one played during some official event in France today. Anyhow, he would blow the audiences in numerous shows at the then recently opened Red Windmill in Paris, known as Moulin Rouge, and it is rumored that among the men who would enjoy a good fart in his air-gasping fantastic show would have been also Edward, Prince of Wales, King Leopold II of the Belgians, and Sigmund Freud. Freaking Sigmund Freud. Trying to develop psychoanalysis through farts. Just imagine Sigmund Freud doing his weird drug-induced analysis while he sees some guy just farting on the stage. You gotta love history, man. You gotta love history. Coming back. As all good things come to an end, so did our fartist time at the Moulin Rouge when, in 1894, he was sued by the managers of Moulin Rouge due to farting outside of contract. When he tried to help a struggling friend with a breath of air, Joseph was fined 3,000 francs, which is around 100,000 euros in today's money, and Moulin Rouge lost its Frenetically Farting French Fartist, who, in response, created his own traveling show called Theatre Pompadour. After these experiences, Joseph decided to refine his show, which had its fair share of success until the outbreak of World War I, when he decided to not have his ass on the line anymore and retire his behind from the main stage. He returned to baking in Marseille, and after this nothing notable happened involving his special ability. He also opened a biscuit factory in Toulon and lived a relatively normal life until 1945, when he gave his last fart at the notable age of 88 years old. His legendary cheeks were buried attached to his body in the cemetery of La Vallée du Var, where his grave can still be seen today. Anyhow, that's all for today. I hope you learned that art is not always boring, and next time you hear someone blow some wind in the public, please don't judge them. Maybe they're trying to become the next big star at the Carnegie Hall. Until next time, bye!